Hi students, I am Dr. SREE. I am a gynecologist by my profession and my passion is teaching. I teach obstetrics and gynecology for NEET PG aspirants as well as FMG aspirants. Thanks for all the love which you have given to my channel, and I want to utilize this COVID lockdown by trying to reach many students and trying to teach many students. So today I thought I will make the pelvis in a simplified manner. I hope this is a good topic to choose for the students because pelvis is something which students don't understand. So I thought I will make the pelvis topic simpler for them. Okay, so let's start with it. First thing which they ask you in the exam is, how do you hold the pelvis? Pelvis is always held in such a way that anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis both will come in the same plane. Anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis both should come in same plane. Okay, they should come in same plane. And if you're putting it on a wall, it should stick to the wall. It will be like that. Okay. Now pelvis is made up of I'll tell you the basic bones which the pelvis is made up of. You have two pelvic bones and the sacrum in between. The pelvic bone is made up of three bones in turn again, and the demarcation for the three bones is present at the level of acetabulum, into which the femur sits in, right? So this part of demarcation and this bone is the ischium. Next, this demarcation and this bone is the pubis. So in the pubis, this is the superior pubic rami, this is the inferior pubic rami, this is the obturator foramen, this is pubic tubercle, and this is pubic crust. And this half of the pelvis is the ilium. This half of the pelvis is the ilium. This is the anterior superior iliac spine, this is the anterior inferior iliac spine, this is the iliac crust, and this is the this is the iliac crust. Next, this is the sacral promontory. These are ala of the sacrum. These two sides are the ala of the sacrum, and you can see the holes on the sacrum. These are the sacral foramens through which spinal nerves will enter. Now, joints which are present in the pelvis. Between two pubic bones, we have pubic symphysis. Next, between two sacrum and ilium, sacroiliac joint, both sides we have. Next, between the sacrum and the coccyx, we have sacrococcygeal joint. So that is about the basic bones of the pelvis, right? Now next, pelvis is divided into true pelvis and false pelvis, and the pelvis is divided by pelvic brim or the pelvic inlet. Okay, so for basic understanding of the pelvis, I'll just tell you it is like a cylinder, like this. Okay, so like a cylinder, we have inlet. The opening of it is the inlet. This entire inside will be the cavity, and the outer portion of it is the outlet. Okay, this open cylinder, this which I am showing you the example is a closed cylinder, but pelvis is an open cylinder. So डब्बा का opening is inlet, डब्बा के अंदर pelvis के अंदर is the cavity, outside the outer lining of the pelvis is the outlet. Simple. Now the pelvis inlet, this portion you are seeing is also called as pelvic brim, and this divides the pelvis into true pelvis and false pelvis inside. Now what makes the pelvic inlet? So this, as I told you, I'll teach you everything in a mnemonics manner so that you'll remember better. So remember it as, the mnemonic for pelvic brim is PIS. The mnemonic for pelvic brim is PIS. That is PIS. PIS. In PIS, you'll have 3 P's, 2 I's, 3 S. Okay? Let's start. What is this PIS? So first P is pubic symphysis. This is the pubic symphysis. Second P is pubic tubercle. Third P is pubic crust. Okay? These three joining: pubic symphysis, pubic tubercle, pubic crust. Okay? After that, this iliac bone is starting. So this is the iliopubic eminence. the junction between the pubic bone and iliac bone, iliopubic eminence. Then this is called iliopectineal line, iliopectineal line. So 3P, 2I, then I told you 3S. 3S में S sacroiliac joint, sacroiliac joint, sacroiliac joint. Allow of the sacrum, sacral promontory. When you join all this together, it makes the pelvic inlet. Above the pelvic inlet is called false pelvis. Below the pelvic inlet where baby is passing, baby's head will pass, that is called as the true pelvis. So pelvic inlet or pelvic brim, what is the mnemonic I taught you? PIS. 3P, 2I, 3S. 3P, pubic tubercle, pubic symphysis, pubic tubercle, pubic tubercle, pubic crust, iliopubic eminence, iliopectineal line, sacroiliac joint, allow of the sacrum, sacral promontory. Right. Next is the diameters of the pelvic brim. Diameters of the pelvic brim. Everything, the inlet, cavity, outlet, everywhere you will have three diameters which you have to think. That is the anteroposterior diameter, oblique diameter, transverse diameters. Okay. Right. So first in the pelvic brim we will discuss about the transverse diameter. Transverse diameter is two farthest points on the iliopectineal line. Two farthest points on the iliopectineal line makes the transverse diameter of the inlet. Okay. So the transverse diameter of the inlet is the largest. Now coming to the oblique diameter. Oblique diameter, depending on from which side of the sacroiliac joint you are telling, it will become that oblique diameter. So if you are telling from right sacroiliac joint, if you are telling from my right sacroiliac joint, so right sacroiliac joint to left iliopubic eminence, right sacroiliac joint, so right sacroiliac joint to left iliopubic eminence, this will be right oblique. Similarly, left sacroiliac joint to right iliopubic eminence, this will be the left oblique. Whichever side sacroiliac joint you are starting, that side oblique it will become. Now coming to the anteroposterior diameter. Anteroposterior diameter is from upper border of pubic symphysis to sacral promontory. Upper border of pubic symphysis to sacral promontory, from here to here. Okay. Sacral promontory is common. Upper border of pubic symphysis to sacral promontory. This we call it as true conjugate. True conjugate. There are three anteroposterior diameters in the pelvis. Now, from lower border of pubic symphysis to obstetric conjugate, we call it as diagonal conjugate. Lower border of pubic symphysis to obstetric conjugate, we call it as diagonal conjugate. So something like this. Okay. Lower border of pubic symphysis to sacral promontory. Posterior surface of the pubic bone to sacral promontory is called as obstetric conjugate. So how do I remember now these three conjugates? So basically pubic symphysis is constant. If upper border to sacral promontory, then we are calling it as true conjugate. If posterior surface to sacral promontory, we are calling it as obstetric conjugate. If lower border of pubic symphysis to obstetric sacral promontory, we are calling it as diagonal conjugate. So how do I remember it? Is नीचे से ऊपर, down to above, dot. Remember the second mnemonic, from lower to up, dot. Diagonal conjugate, obstetric conjugate, true conjugate, dot. Okay. Now diameters, everything is your transverse diameter of the inlet is 13 centimeters. Oblique diameter of the inlet is 12 centimeters. Anteroposterior diameter, that is the true conjugate, is 11 centimeters. Whereas diagonal conjugate is more, 12 centimeters. Now cavity, inside the hollow, that is the cavity. Cavity, there is nothing, no bony landmarks, so no much diameters. Cavity, all diameters are 12. cavity, all diameters are 12 itself, 12 centimeters, and cavity is considered circular. Cavity is considered circular. Okay. Now we'll come to the outlet. So if you see, outlet is made up of lower border of pubic symphysis, pubic rami, ischial tuberosity, and your sacrum and coccyx. All together make the outlet. If you observe the outlet can be divided into two triangles, anterior triangle, posterior triangle, right? And outlet में anterior wall is smaller compared to your posterior wall. Outlet में the diameters are from the lower border of pubic symphysis to the tip of the coccyx, makes the anteroposterior diameter of the outlet, and this is 13 centimeters, because coccyx can move, and when coccyx goes back it becomes 13 centimeters. Lower border of pubic symphysis to tip of the coccyx. Okay, and the transverse diameter of the outlet is between the two ischial tuberosities, and this is 11 centimeters. Next, between the iliac spine, these are ischial spine, these are very important. Between the two ischial spines, between the ischial spine and the sacrum, we have the sacrospinous ligament. From midpoint of sacrospinous ligament to obturator foramen makes the oblique diameter, which will be 11 centimeters. From the midpoint of sacrospinous ligament to the obturator foramen makes the oblique diameter of the outlet. Okay, so that is the simple way of remembering the inlet, cavity and outlet. Okay, so I hope this was clear and easy for all of you. Thank you guys.